I'm a little late on this, but let's talk about the Larussell incident, bro. Now, because I talked to some of my homeboys about it, and I think most people I talk to understand that he was trying to talk about the duality of man. You know what I'm saying? All humans are capable of great evil or great good, and anybody who's capable of doing good is capable of doing evil, and anybody capable of doing evil is capable of doing good. That's what the duality of man is, right? The issue, I think, is the people that he named. You get what I'm saying? I think the problem is with a lot of artists, with a lot of creators, with a lot of people is like, I think where a lot of people fail is they act like they're the only people who know about a certain concept. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure a lot of us know about the duality of man without even knowing what it's called. I think all of us know that good people can do bad things, bad people can do good things, vice versa. So then it's like to name people like Adolf, and he knew not to say his last name, bro, because he knew if he would have said his last name, it would have sounded wild. Like when he says Adolf, bro, he like kind of stutters a little bit. You can hear it in his voice that he's not too sure about that one. But he says it, and it's like, okay, duality of man. He did a lot of fucked up shit. He could have done good, but he didn't. You know, we all know what he did. So it's like, what am I supposed to take away from this with this message? I'm supposed to go home and be like, maybe he wasn't such a bad guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you want us to do with that information? And then you name some people who are currently in some scandals, and that even comes off as a bad look, because it's like, do you want us to just excuse the type of shit that these people are being accused of? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I think artists tried to hide behind the message too much, where it's like, well, this is what I meant, but it's like, but again, understands you need to read the room too. You get what I'm saying? I think artists and creators struggle with that. They think, I have this message, I'm going to put this message out because I need people to listen. When it's like, you also need to think about the room though. Like, nobody wants to hear that the dude in the files is heaven sent. Nobody wants to hear that. That's not something we want to hear right now. Maybe like some years later you could have dropped that. But like, we're still deep in this shit right now, bro. Nobody's trying to hear that right now. Like, I think you're not understanding that most people understand, like, okay, we're all God's children, all that shit, right? We don't need you to tell us that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of artists don't understand that. Is we want you to be saying something, we want your art to have a message, but sometimes you have to kind of give some grace to your audience. You know what I'm saying? They're smarter than you think they are. I think a lot of artists struggle with that. Like, a lot of people don't understand your audience is smarter than you think they are. You know what I'm saying? People don't like to be preached at, bro. When you sit here and say y'all are dumb, what I meant was, you know, human beings are possible of great evil, and some human beings can, like, we've learned that in school already, gang. We already know that. Like, you're not taking the duality of man and doing nothing interesting with it. You're not changed. Like, even so-and-so was heaven sent. Even when he said the devil was heaven sent, what I thought he was going was on some, like, you know what I mean? Like, even bad things come from good places or seem like they're coming from a good place. You know what I mean? Like, don't trust everybody or some shit like that. That's where I thought it was going. So I was behind him when he said that even the devil was heaven sent. I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? Then he started naming names. I'm like, oh, what are we talking about? What am I supposed to say to this? What? It sucks though, because I always thought he was a good rapper, bro. I do bang with him. I still bang with him. I don't know why he deleted a bunch of his socials. That's what people saying. But like, that's what I'm saying. But like, if you also, that's another thing too, where it's like, if you say some shit, bro, you gotta stand on it, bro. Like, if that was your message, then keep that your message. What are you backpedaling now for? You know what I mean? Like, oh, these motherfuckers are just dumb, so I ain't gonna explain myself. It's like, oh, come on, cuz you can't do that, bro. You know what I mean? You can't do that. I understand it from that side, but it's like, again, I think it would have been better if he used different people. Like, his producer even told him, don't put that out. You know what I mean? And some motherfuckers just think they're bigger than the program, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He not trying to steer you wrong, bro. You probably shouldn't have put that out. You probably should have changed some names in there. You used people who have done some of the most heinous acts capable and use them in the same sentence of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. It's like, you know what I mean? This is crazy. This is a crazy comparison, gang. That's a crazy comparison. I don't respect the delete your social shit though, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You got to stand on, if that was truly your message, then stand on that message and continue to push that. But you also have to, artists to be critiqued. You get what I'm saying? Artists perspective. Like, me and somebody else can look at the same painting and get a completely different idea what the message was from it. So, and music is no different, bro. So, you get what I'm saying? Like, people ain't gonna see it how you see it, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But be prepared for what come with that. But like, you named motherfucker in the files and said even that person's heaven sent. It's like, nobody wants to hear that, gang. You get what I'm saying? Like, that don't. Nobody's trying to hear that right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's a wild thing to say, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just truly would like to know, like, what he wanted the reaction to be. That's what I really want to know. I want to know what was the intended reaction. What were we supposed to take that as? Like, because if it was just as simple as being like, oh wow, some people are possible of really good things and people are possible of really bad things. That's such a surface level, pseudo intellectual type of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like some shit that your homie say when y'all, you know what I mean? On that devil's cabbage. And y'all start thinking that y'all are like astronomers or some shit, and y'all just start being like, yo gang, it's really crazy, like motherfuckers could really do really good or really bad things. Look at Martin, then look at Adolf. Two people on a whole different sides of the spectrum. Ain't that crazy, bro? Ain't that crazy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not new information. Like, there's nothing about that makes me scratch my head and think, word, damn, he right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's just a problem that a lot of artists have, bro. Is it starts to, I think you start to get, especially when you're talented, but when you're a talented artist or a talented creator, I think you start to get in your own head and start to think that, like, everything that comes out your mouth is gold. Like, everything that every thought you think of needs to be let out. And there needs to be a buffer. There needs to be a filter. That's why you got people around you like the producer that's like, I probably wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? You need people like that that's going to be like, nah, bro. Just to bring you down to earth, bro. Because not every thought is a valuable thought. You know what I'm saying? And not every thought is an original thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that you said was like something that nobody's ever heard or thought of in a million years. You know what I'm saying? Just the devil being from heaven alone, a fallen angel from heaven alone, has been used and thought of. I honestly think people use the devil once being an angel a lot, in a lot of different metaphors. I think I've heard that for so many different metaphors throughout my life, since like kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not a new concept. You didn't say nothing new, and then you use people from a very current event and say they're heaven sent. And like even forgetting what the word heaven sent means, bro, which is, I think, sent from heaven to do good, to better things. You know what I'm saying? Even ignoring that part, let's just pretend the word means something else. It's still like, what do you want me to feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was one of those people on that island, or I had family that was on that island, I'm not trying to hear that this person was heaven sent right now. Like, that's not something I'm trying to hear. Even with the like serial killers and their victims, bro, do you think that one of their families would want to hear even this person was heaven sent? They're not trying to hear that, gang. Like, I don't know, but what is y'all thoughts on it, man? I think I might be a little late to it, but let me know in the comments. It's your boy Hardhead Diggity Doggo, and I'm out. Peace.